Welcome back to Let's Laugh About It, the not-so-serious business podcast powered by D2CX. I'm Zoe Kahn, and I'm here to celebrate our wins, vent about our challenges, and bring the D2C and e-commerce community together. Welcome back to Let's Laugh About It, the not-so-serious business podcast, and I'm your host, Zoe Kahn. Today, we're joined by my dear friend, Ann Dyer, an experienced leader in marketing and customer experience strategy who has helped OLIPOP navigate the fast-changing world of digital commerce. Ann brings a thoughtful perspective on how organizations can adopt to new technologies, empower their teams, and stay ahead of shifting customer experiences. Ann, I'm so happy to have you on.
Happy to be here, Zoe. Thank you.
If you want to tell the listeners a little bit more about you and what you do with OLIPOP, that would be amazing.
Yes, yeah. I am Ann Dyer. I'm based out of sunny San Diego, California. And I am the Senior Manager of Customer Experience and Loyalty at OLIPOP.
Nice. So Ann and I actually met through Eli, and I've talked about Eli a lot. He took me under his wing, and it was when Eli was at OLIPOP, and he's like, I have to introduce you to Ann, and we've been Pokemon Go friends ever since. No, I started playing Pokemon Go in like January of 2023, but who's counting? But I was so happy because Ann one day was like, let's be Pokemon Go friends, and then we were.
We need to find a gym after this.
We should.
Yes.
Yes. So Ann and I play Pokemon. We send each other gifts. If you want, should we put our Pokemon Go trainer codes our Pokemon Go trainer codes are in the description below if you want to also get gifts from us and send us gifts. So let's laugh about it. Do you come prepared with a laughable moment?
I do have a laughable moment.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Yes. It is a funny CX moment where we learned that we definitely need to put inserts in all of our surprise and delight activations. So we had a launch of one of our flavors, orange cream, and we wanted to include socks just for our subscription customers, these orange cream socks, because they were cute and, show some appreciation to our customers. There was some kind of miscommunication between the warehouse, the 3PL warehouse, and us. Mm-hmm. We still don't know where that happened. But what happened was we essentially sent out like 300 pairs of socks. But instead of being in the box with the order, they just sent them out like in an envelope with no context. So a lot of people got these socks and they were like, what is this? So we had subscribers writing into our customer service team asking them like, hey, I ordered this soda, but like I got this pair of socks in the mail.
Instead, because they probably received the socks first, right?
Right. So, and then their soda came later, or, they were on some kind of cadence where the delivery of the socks didn't match up with their soda. So they were super confused, but there was nothing in the package that said like, hey, we really appreciate you.
Here's some socks.
So then very quickly that was solved after we started getting those emails. And now we make sure that there's a little card in every surprise and delight shipment, even if it makes its way out of the box with some context. So
that's funny. I have like so many. The 3PL, like the sending of boxes or the sending of product is hard. Like being a consumer, you're like, how did you send me the wrong thing? Or like where did this come from? And why is it taking so long? Because you're like, I just ordered this on Amazon and it came to my door 2 hours later. And like, it's right. But like, it is so hard to manage these things.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's easy for like a little thing to go without notice, so you just have to keep on top of it. Now we have a checklist for everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For the listeners, I'm so sorry if you've heard this story from me before, but I feel like I've given it enough time to like, you guys maybe forgot about it. But one time we had a launch for a shaker cup, and the 3PL was trying to be proactive, and they boxed all the shaker cups because a lot of times we knew that if there was a launch, there was going to be like a lot of the orders would be just that item. And so they were trying to get ahead of it and just pre-box just that item so that they could just slap the label on it for those, and then they could pack only the orders that have more than just that item. And they sent out all the wrong shaker cup. So they
Oh,
prepackaged.
no.
We were dropping a stainless steel shaker cup, but they prepackaged, and it was a white stainless It was a white stainless steel shaker cup, but they packaged a white plastic shaker cup. And it was actually when I decided that I want to push our launch dates back, because, and that's a big decision for a little girl to make,
Yeah.
Like, what day do we launch on consistently? And so it was because we launched on a Thursday, and all of the customers, a big majority of the customers started getting it on a Saturday. And I couldn't let them all just sit there, but I also don't want to ask anyone else to work on a weekend.
Yeah.
And so I was just going through all of these, sorting these things and sending out messages, because I'm I know that people are all mad about this, and I'm trying to proactively send out emails, because it was a lot of a lot of orders.
Yeah, that is
it's so
crazy.
easy.
It's so easy. Just a wrong sticker, a wrong something in the warehouse,
Or
and
just
everything.
one.
Yeah.
I mean, I could definitely see myself making a mistake like that, where I'm you're so confident. I'm everyone's going to love their white shakers. And I put them all in a box and being proactive.
Yeah, but that proactive messaging is so important. The hey, once you identify the issue and you're hey, we really messed up and this is a mistake that's happened, but we recognize it, then your customers are oh, okay, it's fine. I feel where you really run into issues is when you recognize it, then you don't say anything, or you try to cover it up in a way that the customer's I know there's something fishy going on. And
what's going on here with these socks?
Just have to be honest with them and hey, this is what we're trying to do.
Transparency.
Yes.
I'm actually glad you brought that up, because I don't know if you feel this way, but sometimes the proactive communication can feel really overwhelming to figure out. Especially if it's not all happening to the same scenarios. So let's say something got messed up, but 100 customers got ordered this, or they had one item, and 100 customers had 2 items. So they need different communication and pulling reports, and do you remember when you were first trying to figure this stuff out, and or am I the only one who's I'm this is overwhelming?
Yeah, definitely overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we use a lot of customer tags. Mm-hmm. We use Klaviyo to segment a lot of our customers, and it integrates with Gorgias. And then we can set up rules that says okay, let's put an internal note here so that our agents know that this is the customer that's writing in about this thing. And yeah, it takes a really long time to set up. But I feel once you do it, and when you can train others to do it and help you and recognize it, then it's really rewarding.
Yeah, I've noticed that it is. So some of these one-off things, they happen especially when you're first in CX, they happen and you feel that's a freak accident and it'll never happen again. So why teach anyone else how to do it? And then it happens again and again. And you're all right, fine. I guess this is just going to keep happening, because inventory, all of the moving pieces, you're and the operations are everything's going to be perfect once we get ahead of blah, blah, blah. And you're okay, I guess I don't need to spend time on it.
Yeah. And then blah, blah, blah comes. And then the next thing you have to get ahead of, Yeah, totally.
But we just, we've been talking with the agency of I love having the agency, because it shows our agents and our employees that sometimes when you're working for a brand, you're wow, everything's broken. And why don't we have our stuff together? And then you look at another brand and you're actually, we're doing pretty good over here.
Yeah. So totally.
This stock issues or wrong shipments, misships and stuff happen to everyone, because it's inevitable.
Yeah, you just have to build the right systems to support, all of the accidents and mishaps and situations that could go awry, and then things get better, you know. But it takes the failing and the trying and, then and also new issues surfacing to do that. So
yeah, and you don't want the issues, but then you're so that's what I'm teaching someone how to fix something like this. I'm hopefully this never happens again, but if
it does,
if it does,
yeah,
now you know how to handle it, and I can go on vacation.
Totally.
So What's your favorite Olipop flavor?
Oh gosh, it changes with the seasons.
Oh.
But right now I love crisp apple because it's fall. And then after, in the summer, I usually am a strawberry vanilla kind of girl.
Oh, strawberry vanilla.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
I actually love root beer.
Oh, yeah. Great. Classic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been really liking the tall skinny cans.
Oh, yeah. Great.
I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like the tall skinny cans are like more grabbable or something.
Yeah.
Like I want to grab the, like I'll always want an Olipop, but sometimes I walk past Olipop and I'm like, oh, Olipop, that's cute. And I love Anne. But I won't grab one, but now I'm like, oh, Olipop, that's cute. I love Anne and it's tall and skinny. I need it.
Yeah. Yeah. They're easy. We can put them in the cooler with all the other tall skinny cans. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it fits in it's like less effort to hold.
On the go.
I'm trying to do things that are less effort. And I'm like, oh, smaller can, smaller hand holding.
Perfect. We also have mini cans.
I have seen those.
Yeah. If you're looking for something even smaller, we have it.
Can we get a little bit smaller? How small can we go?
I'll ask. For you, Zoe, I think we can make it happen.
You send me the itty bitty cans. Have you seen those?
We did a collaboration with mini brands.
Yes.
Yes, and they had little mini.
Yeah, little Olipops.
Mm-hmm.
So cute. So cute. So now you've got your favorite Olipop. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh. I think it's a Venusaur.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The classic, but...
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I was wearing a Venusaur hoodie earlier today. So
were you?
I was, yeah.
And you took it off for this?
Well, I took it off because I'm trying to pretend that I didn't record all these podcasts in one day.
Gotcha. What is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, what's mine?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you asked. Pikachu.
Oh, okay. I think I knew that.
Yeah, probably. So this isn't about CX, but maybe you can learn something from it. I don't know. My birthday is coming up on October, and it's always around I'm always being a brat because it's around Halloween, and I'm like, I don't want it to be Halloween. I want it to be my birthday. Nobody dress up. Come to my birthday party and wear normal clothes, stuff like that. Yeah. So this year I decided that instead of telling people that they can't dress up, I'm going to tell them they have to dress up and they have to be the Pokemon that I choose for them to dress up as.
That's amazing.
And I want to be like a Pokemon trainer, and then I'm going to have all my Pokemon following me around.
That I will be waiting with bated breath for my invitation.
You can be Venusaur.
Thank you. I already have the outfit.
I'll send you the information and the party invite.
Excellent. I will be there.
And how long have you been at Olipop?
I've been with Olipop for almost 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite part about being in customer experience with Olipop?
It's always something new. Customer experience is so fun, and also just unpredictable, because people have so many questions and they're wondering all different kinds of things, and you can prepare for so much and be as prepared as you can be, but then there's always, a question or an opinion or something that comes through that you're not expecting. So, I love that it kind of keeps me on my toes, but as far as customer experience for Olipop, I just love the product.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing really great things for, all the folks in the U.S. and, so I love it.
It's been cool to see Olipop go, be everywhere. I'm sure it's 6 years ago and you're like,
yeah, it's been an awesome journey so far, but the customers have been different throughout the whole thing. When we first started, we were about 90% retail, 10% D2C in the natural space. So we were in Erewhon, a few Whole Food stores when I joined, and then in March, COVID happened.
Yeah.
And our customer base sort of shifted to 50-50 direct to consumer and retail, because people are looking for something, healthy, but also something comforting during that time. Mm-hmm. So I think it was kind of, the perfect time for the product to sort of rise up. But yeah, and then a lot of our strategy, a lot of things that we were thinking about during that time, supporting those direct to consumer customers. And then as we kind of came out of COVID, OLIPOP kept expanding, at an exponential rate. We got into these huge retailers across the U.S., Walmart, Target, Kroger, Amazon, and
Walgreens.
now
I love seeing my friends' brands in Walgreens because my mom works at Walgreens.
Oh, good.
And
yes,
so,
and convenience stores too,
Yeah.
Everywhere now, which is awesome. But now we're back to sort of strategizing from the support lens on the omni-channel experience, the retail shoppers. How can we support these customers, and also how can we gain insights about them to bring back to our team to make decisions that can improve our product and improve, whatever we have to offer them.
Yeah, and I remember too when OLIPOP was first on the apps like GoPuff and stuff, and I was like, wow, that is so cool, and it's so accessible. And you want an OLIPOP, you got 10 different ways you can find one. And
absolutely, hopefully more.
It'd be cool. Next up, OLIPOP and fountain machines.
Right?
It'd be sick.
That'd be the day.
I could get my root beer because it's hard to find diet root beer places.
Is it?
Yeah. I love a Diet Coke, and so, but I'm also love a healthy, bubbly drink.
Sounds like you're a root beer girl.
I am a root beer girl, but there's not a lot of diet root beer. So I love OLIPOP's root beer.
Good. Great. Yeah, it's good stuff.
But it's been super cool to see OLIPOP grow. And I don't know, when I was at Chomps, it was like this too, where it was wasn't there nearly as long. But when I first started at Chomps, I felt like I had to explain to people what Chomps were, and I'd be like, yeah, the meat sticks, They're like, meat sticks.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. And then it was almost, it felt like it was overnight that I had to stop explaining what Chomps were.
Yeah.
Did you have
definitely.
to explain what OLIPOP was when you first started?
Yes. Yes. So I feel like the customers in the natural space when we first started, because that's the only place you could find OLIPOP. They ask more intricate questions, what is the sourcing for this? Can you tell me a little bit more about this ingredient, or what happens with this? And they're just you have to dig a little bit more. And then actually I felt like when we hit sort of the larger retailers like the Target and the Walmart, that's when we started getting more questions where people were like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because they see it in the store. They've never seen it before. It has fiber. It's priced a little differently than regular soda. So they're just like, what is this? Instead of tell me more about X, Y, Z. So, our team actually had to adapt to answering some more general questions in that way, and updating our FAQ so that things were really reflected appropriately, and we're making sure we're meeting everybody's needs in that way. So, yeah.
I wonder too, I bet there was, and it's probably hard to see while you're in it, but the gut health knowledge just across the human nation, I don't know, has expanded so much, and people, because when I worked at GNC, we were really big about probiotics, and more so probiotics than fiber supplements and stuff, but then we would talk about how it's related, and people would be like, what is a probiotic? And then prebiotics, it's I couldn't even figure out what a probiotic was. What the hell is a prebiotic now? Now you're saying I need a and it was everyone seemed to be very it was the first time that they're hearing this word. And that was back in the day when I worked at GNC. And now I feel like not everyone, but more people know about these gut health and prebiotics and probiotics and all of that stuff. So I'm sure I can imagine that there's as you expand, and I do think it's the health foods and the health drinks and all of these things are such a great thing for the environment or for the nation, because it's like maybe someone didn't know what probiotics were and they were like, what is this OLIPOP thing? And like in Walmart in, let's say, Kentucky. And I don't know, I'm like, and they're like, what is a probiotic? And like, you're informing the world about like what a probiotic is. And so it's super cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also, we keep track of all of those questions that the customers are asking too. So we'll tag it, if it's like a health related thing, or if they don't understand something. And then we'll pull those tags and give it to our content team and say, hey, these people have questions about like, what's a prebiotic versus probiotic? Like you can go on our blog and there's a blog article about that, but it also makes it really helpful for my team because we can just sort of summarize it in a short manner for the person that writes in and asks, and then link out to this big piece of reference material that they can go through and learn a little bit more. Or ideally we have a few different blogs we can send them, and they can find other resources through the blogs if they need to too. So
that's so cool. Companies don't do that as much because it is effort to do that, and there's benefits to it, but then you need team and staff and whatever, and like bandwidth and what's the lowest hanging fruit. But it does make such a big difference to be able to have those references, and like I think it shows it differentiates a brand from another one, because if a lot of times like you'd be surprised you write into brands and they don't even answer those questions, because it's like we don't have time for this, and like there's it might be for multiple different reasons of like truly maybe they're like busy helping other customers, they don't have the bandwidth, or sometimes you look at brands and you'd be surprised they're like, I don't need to answer that. Like, and they just don't.
Yeah, which is wild. I don't know. Olipop has a lot of great ingredients. A lot of thought went into the formulations for, the fiber mix and the flavors. And I just think, it's my team's job to take all of that awesomeness and make sure the world knows about it, when they ask about it. So we definitely try to understand what people are confused about, if anything, and how can we, deliver information that will make them feel confident with their purchase and excited about it,
Yeah. Do you guys use the Gorgias Help Center articles thing?
No.
No, that like FAQ Help Center search bar thing?
We don't use that, no.
No, because I was like almost for sure like that you would use it, because you can look up what people are searching and they don't get search results for.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so you should look at it, but I'm sure that you've got like, you have an FAQ page, but not on, okay, you should take it and put it in. It's a little bit of work, but maybe even ChatGPT could help you or something. But if you move it into the Gorgias Help Center, there'll be a searchable bar so that people can find the articles instead of like scrolling. But my favorite part about it is that it tells you the searches that people that aren't getting results. So it tells you both. It tells you like, these are the top articles viewed, and then these are the top like searches that maybe someone put Friber, F-R-I-B-E-R instead of fiber, and you're like, oh my God, they didn't get any search results, or they can't find what they control F Friber, not fiber. I better put this in a keyword.
Definitely.
But sometimes it's like, wow, I didn't know how many people were searching what's your return policy, and like even though you have it somewhere else, but it's not popping up. But I wonder what kind of like health questions people are asking.
Yeah,
if
totally.
You probably are getting a lot of them in the like customer support box, but what I've found is that the people who type in to the like help center are usually the people who don't want to reach out to support. Like they're like, maybe this isn't, I don't need to bother them with this, or it's not enough. Like I don't care enough to like wait for a response back, but they are curious about these things.
Yeah. No,
so
definitely.
Yeah, you should put it in there and then come back on the podcast and tell me what you learned.
Absolutely.
I gave you homework.
1000%. I'll tell you at the Pokemon party.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Bring your homework, your finished assignment to the Pokemon birthday party dressed as Venusaur. That would be really great content. But I think you'll enjoy it because you I remember talking to you like years ago about the tagging and like pulling it for the content, because that's another thing. Like if you not only blogs, but like you make content and ads out of it and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anything that people want to know, I think is super helpful to just put out there for any business.
I always say the inbox is a gold mine.
Absolutely.
Lots of gold in there. How are you using AI? Are you using AI within?
We are using AI. Yeah, we have taken kind of a slow approach with it. So right now we use AI mostly to recognize the intents that our customers are writing in about. And we only use it for tier 1 questions. So that would be a question that, just gets asked a lot. Like, where's my order? That's a good example. So we built out a flow where somebody can write in, where's my order? And then it will identify, their email address, look for an order, respond to them like, hey, we didn't find an order, or here's your order and here's the tracking number. So that's been really helpful. We also have a lot of requests for donated product, whether that's to like events or, lots of different scenarios, mostly celebrations of some sort, but now we kind of redirect those to a platform that we have that organizes those types of requests, and then our partnership team can kind of look at them and make decisions. But we
that
actually,
like partner or those like requests. Sometimes I don't even want to like speak this into the existence, because we talked about it. And if you're in CX, you kind of know people ask for things now. And I like swear, I'm like, Anne, I think was like the first person that I talked to about getting these types of requests. And I'm like, where are these all coming from? And then I found like a TikTok of this girl like saying like, if you write into blah, 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 they'll give you blah, blah, blah. And I remember seeing Olipop as an example. And I'm like, so you have a solution for organizing them all now, huh?
Oh, yes. Yeah. We definitely do. We use a system called On Brand. It's a site that we work with, and they've been great partners to help us like review the requests and get the product out and whatnot. But yeah, we have a system for that. And then as far as the AI tool goes, it will recognize, the intent. Like, is this person reaching out for a bachelorette party or a birthday, or maybe they want a donation to like, a nonprofit or something like that. And then it will fire off a response that doesn't use generative AI, but is actually a response that my team built for that specific scenario. And then it will fire off that response. If they respond, then a team member will pick it up and take it from there. So it's a pretty limited AI use, and mostly just on the intent of the customer for now.
Yeah, I like that too, because I like using AI, like quote AI, but we've been doing this with, it's funny with the whole like AI movement, because like some of these things that I've been using like rules of like, okay, if this word if you see this word, then like it's probably about, or if you see this phrase, this is probably the response that you would need. So I would set up rules of like, if they say this, then send this message. And I love to use it to collect information and tell the customer like, hey, this is an automated message to let you know that we got your response. But I see you might be inquiring about X, Y, and Z. And if you are inquiring about that, please respond, if you haven't already, with your address. This will help the team help you quicker, because that back and forth and like waiting for a customer, like if you can collect all of the information you need from the customer, and then by the time it gets to a human, they have all the information they need to help that customer, then that's huge. It reduces so much effort and time and like helps the customer quicker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a game changer for us, especially my team works Monday through Friday. So, and being a soda, like if you mail a soda, sometimes stuff is going to happen in transit. You know, it's going to get banged up, or maybe it'll leak or something, depending on if it's mishandled or whatever. But now, if customers have concerns and they write in over the weekend or at midnight when somebody's not on, then they'll get hit with like, hey, we understand that you had like this thing happen. Can you send us a photo and a little bit about it? And, so even if there's not someone, and there's a signature at the bottom that says like, just respond and
With
like
your
an
favorite
agent will
Pokemon.
talk to you. Yeah. But like if you want to talk to a human, you can respond and someone will talk to you. But it's been really helpful just to have them met with something, you know, during that time, regardless of what their issue is. You know, if it's tier 1, it will generally be picked up by the software, which has been great for my team.
And that's nice, because I remember before I got into CX, sometimes you'd fill out forms. My biggest like complaint as a consumer is you fill out a form on someone's site, and it may say like, congrats, you filled this out, or like someone will reach out to you, but you don't have, a lot of times you don't get confirmation in your email. And so I remember writing into to brands and being like, did I send an email? Or like, did I spell my email? Like, where did that even go? I just like put it out into the ether and like, I can't remember, you know. And
has anybody seen this? Will they see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those after hours things are very helpful.
Yeah. Those forms, we have a form on our website too. And those forms come in as emails. Email is the only channel that we've sort of optimized AI on. But all of those form responses are met with the same technology as the emails.
Yeah. Do you guys do phone calls or like voicemails
No.
or anything?
No.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But,
we do SMS.
SMS. Oh, and you respond back and forth to SMS. Do you guys use Postscript or what is it?
Klaviyo.
Oh, you use Klaviyo SMS. Okay, cool. One thing with Klaviyo, I don't know if I heard this from you or from, do you guys have it integrated where if somebody writes into Gorgias, or they have an open Gorgias ticket, then don't send them. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
I want to say like I might have heard it from you or your team.
Well, that I feel like that way of filtering people in Klaviyo has been helpful. Like you can see if they have had an open Gorgias ticket in the past like amount of time. We use it for surprise and delight sometimes too. Like we'll say, okay, you know, we have 10 of these like leftover hats or something. And my team might be like, oh, you know, who should we send these to? They'll go in and like look at emails and pick people, or they might go into Klaviyo and say, oh, who's written in a support ticket and like has this purchase history for this thing that is related to what we want to give away. And then we'll make decisions about who to give it away. So that's a fun to kind of just see who's writing in and what their behavior is. And what kinds of
I
stuff.
think it's a very underutilized feature because I don't see a lot of people doing it. But one of the first things you want to do is, and it's so easy to forget because even I'm like, I'm in more of the like email and SMS side and I forget that this is a thing. But if you integrate it and you can add that to your exclusion list for marketing emails, because the worst thing is when you're helping a customer and you're helping them from like help@yourbrand.com, and then they get a marketing email that's like, get this new flavor, and they're like, I don't want the new flavor because you haven't even sent me the old flavor. Please don't try to sell me something, because consumers don't like understand it's like a whole like an automated thing. And so if you integrate your help desk with Klaviyo and say if they have an open ticket, then exclude from marketing emails so that you don't make someone upset further.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
But cool. Anne, where can the listeners find you if they want to be your Pokemon Go trainer friend?
You can find me on Pokemon Go, which I'll put the trainer
code in the
trainer name. And I'm on LinkedIn.
Anne Dyer. She's the only Anne Dyer at OLIPOP.
That's right. We hope. For now. Yeah.
For now. Have you ever met another Anne Dyer?
I have actually once. Yeah. But her name was Anne Dyer, but it was really weird.
Thing.
Yeah.
There's another Zoe Kahn out there. She's in Seattle. And one time I got a Instagram DM and they were like, I love your experience and like your blah, blah, blah at so-and-so company. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I do get like DMs kind of like that, but like this isn't my experience. And I looked it up and it was Zoe Kahn. It was a different Zoe Kahn, and she's this cute little Zoe Kahn.
Funny. Yeah.
But then I looked it up and I looked up her Instagram, and I like randomly, her and I DM'd like in like 2013 being like, oh my God, we have the same name. So then I DM'd her again and I was like, hey, I don't know if this is important or not, but this got lost in the mail for you. Here you go. And we like follow each other.
That's
and
cute.
Sometimes she'll repost on Instagram like something that someone tagged her in, and it'll pop up on my feed, and I'm like really confused because I see Zoe Kahn and like someone like I shared a photo and I'm like, oh, like I feel like I'm in another dimension. Who is this? And then I'm like, oh, it's just the other Zoe Kahn.
Yeah, that's hey Zoe.
But this is only and I are at OLIPOP, so you can find her on LinkedIn. And for the listeners, you know what to do: like, comment, subscribe, rate the podcast, tell us what you want to hear and see, and we will catch you in the next one.
You know what to do: like, comment, subscribe, and catch us in the next episode. And thank you for listening.